Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides and Lucy right there. How are you today? So we are doing part 3 of Epstein, and just because you guys had so many amazing questions from part 1 and part 2, okay? So obviously you can watch this one. You might want to go back and watch part 1 and part 2. Because that covers more big picture. Well, part 1 covers more big picture questions. Part 2 are actually messages using the pendulum from Epstein's higher self and his lower self. So that was very interesting. He did say something that shocked me. I mean, it didn't shock me, but it did shock me. Like it was just something I had never thought about. So at the end of this video, I will post right here in the corner up there those episodes. Okay, so you can click on one if you want to at the end of this. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's interesting. My sister added, so we have how many community questions? We have 27 community questions. Okay, so oh yeah, okay. So this is just a little intro. So on Truth Social, if you guys have seen, I don't know if you've seen the comment. Trump had this huge paragraph about this because MAGA's really pissed because he did promise, he promised. And I did talk about this yesterday about how the American Party, that's being funded and started by Elon, he is now saying he'll get to the American Party will get to the bottom of the Epstein stuff. So, they got to stop using us like that, using our, no, how about the law just get to the bottom of it so we can just stop trafficking children? How about that? What a concept. So anyway, Trump had written on Truth Social to stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He is demanding that we put the story to rest, okay? And then a community member of ours wrote, "Sorry, Donald, this genie is not going back in the bottle ever." That's right, it's not. It's not. It is a huge issue. It is not even about Epstein anymore. It really isn't. It's about what that represents, right? And Diddy, I mean, it's all, it's all a thing. So enough is enough. So, okay, we're not putting up with it anymore, right? Okay. Not that we ever really did, but, now that we know, and this is very astrological. This is what Faye has told us is coming, like the way the planets are aligning, which is the way I talk about it, is that we want the truth, and we are going to be expecting the truth going forward. So anyone who's not living in truth is going to have a very hard time continuing to live that way. So if there's something in your own life where you are not fully living in truth, either to yourself or to others, and I think all humans, we all go through that, then now is the time where you might want to start looking at that, because you may not have a choice. It might be better to start looking at it yourself where you do have choices rather than it coming to light where you don't have a choice. It just came to light when you weren't kind of expecting it, type of thing. So just something to think about. Okay, well, let's go ahead and say the prayer. So I'll close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel, my channel and your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Okay. Hey, you guys. How are you today? I'll just say thank you to my team for all your love, guidance, and support. Really appreciate it. Now is a great time to say thank you to your team if you haven't had a chance to do that today. And if you guys, would you mind calling in the lead team? No, they said, nope, we don't mind. Okay, so lead team collective, hello. Lead team collective is all the spirit teams of everyone in this, I'm making a joke now, everybody who is subscribed to this channel. So actually, let's ask them. Hey, lead team, So you had given me your name as Lead Team Collective, correct? On the pendulum. Yes. Is this for everyone who is, are we calling upon the spirit teams of everyone in kind of the light worker community in general? Oh no. Okay. So they're gonna do this as a joke too. Is this only for people who are subscribed to the channel? Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna say for now on, it's those who are subscribed to the channel, your spirit team. So it's all the spirit teams of those who are subscribed to the channel, right? Okay, thank you. I've been saying community up to this point, but why not? You know, we're trying to grow, reach more empaths, reach more light workers, so that we can come together and share more ideas, share more love out into the world. So you doing that, you subscribing, you hitting a like on this video, leaving a comment, which you guys are amazing about doing. Anyways, I don't ever have to ask you to do that because you guys are awesome. Because you're just sharing so much with each other, and please do so in love and kindness. Even if you disagree or have different opinions, totally okay. I prefer you do have different opinions and different ideas, and that you share those in love and kindness, because then that's how we all learn, that's how we all expand, that's how we all grow. It's how we have new perspectives, which equals miracles. New perspectives equal miracles. So yes, please share different perspectives, different ideas. Okay, so lead team, hello. Thank you for all your guidance and love and support. We all really appreciate it. And we are looking for additional answers to the Epstein debacle. I wouldn't say debacle, it's even more than that. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So are you comfortable, or is it in our highest and best interest to learn the answers of the questions in front of me? Yes. Okay. Well, as always, if there is something that is not in our highest and best interest, or in mine for having talked about the question in general for safety reasons, could you please not answer? Would you refrain from answering? Yes. Okay. And this is for entertainment purposes only, and everything's allegedly, we're not accusing anybody of anything. We're just having fun exploring this particular topic. Just to have things come to light for us, and so that we have some perspective on how we want to walk around in this world and what we want to participate in and support and not support and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, question number 1. Was Epstein part of the Israeli Secret Service? No. Is he currently a part of the Israeli Secret Service? No. Is there a connection between Epstein, Trump, and Netanyahu? Yes. Okay. So there is a connection, but it's not via the Secret Service. Yes. Okay. Is this how Trump's association and involvement being used to blackmail him today? Oh, is Trump's association and involvement with Epstein situation being used to blackmail him? Now that makes sense. Yes, that makes a lot of sense, actually. He is in survival mode big time. Is Trump in survival mode all of the time now? Yes. See what happens when you live a life of just unethical, immoral, mean, you know? It's that karma, and it's the love that always comes around. If you listen to Vina, you guys, I will post her video, her channel below. I've mentioned her many times. She's one of my faves, and she's just so good at like practically reminding us about what's going on. So, but she's the one who got me talking about love wins, So love always comes around. And if Trump's being sort of, he's being made to feel very uncomfortable in life, that is love eventually working its way, around. So, because there's plenty of things he did, they're saying, yes, that's plenty of things he's done that's not loving, to many, many people. So, okay, was Epstein selling information to agents of many organizations, but was not working for one of them specifically? No. Okay, let me break that down. Was Epstein selling information to agents of different organizations? No. Okay. Was he paid by whoever wanted his information? Okay. So he wasn't necessarily selling to agents. He wasn't selling to agents? No. But was he using information to get paid? No. Okay. So he wasn't like using this client thing to get paid himself. Was he getting paid enough from just the trafficking that it wasn't necessary? Yes. Was he threatening though? Would he threaten though if there was any disclosure of things? Like if there was any type of disclosure about him, would he threaten people? Yes. I mean, can you imagine? If you're a famous person, I don't even care how much money you have. Why would you even? They know how the tabloids work. They know how all this stuff works. I mean, I don't know. I do think sometimes people get into situations and they didn't even realize they're getting into it. And then, like Diddy, and this, I don't think this is alleged. This is what came out in the trial. I mean, he was drugging people. So then he would drug people and tape people, and then they didn't want that tape to get out because, nobody would believe them probably. So maybe that's how it happens, So I don't know. It seems like a world, though. Aren't you guys like, for those of us who, unless you did get involved in any of that kind of world, like even just trying to be a celebrity or something? Oh, yikes. It just doesn't seem like, I think we're seeing now that world is not as sexy as we thought it was, when we were little or reading 17 magazine or whatever, Oh, interesting. Okay, which is actually good. This is the kind of stuff that does need to be revealed, going, and cleared up before we can get to the golden future. So, all right, let's see. Is there actually oh, here, I missed one. To confirm that he is not reincarnated already. So oh, right. Because in the first episode, we asked if he was alive, and they said yes. Is that true, you guys? Okay. Did he pass away in that jail cell? No. Again, allegedly. Well, I mean, okay. I was like, well, is it a big deal if we say he's still alive? No proof either way. So, okay. So this was a good follow-up question to that though, just in case. See, you never know when you're asking. It's so hard to just make sure you're hitting all angles of this. So when you're using your own dowsing rods, making sure you're hitting all angles. So appreciate your guys' questions. So let's confirm though, did he pass away and already reincarnated on Earth? No. Okay. Now there are some psychics who are saying he's caught between worlds, like between realms. Is that the case? Is he caught between realms? No. And you know what, you guys, they're not always, for some reason, okay, first of all, I don't believe they ever lie. I don't believe they ever purposefully not tell us the truth. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. I don't believe they lie. Okay, let's just say it that way. But there may be reasons why they don't answer certain things certain ways. So could it actually be that he is in between realms? Does that mean those people are wrong? No, it doesn't. Okay. Now, it could be a timeline thing. Maybe what they're reading is a timeline that's in the future. That's not at this current time. Maybe they're reading a timeline that's in the future. Maybe we're reading a timeline that's in the past. I don't know 100%. And maybe we do need to clarify on that. Are we reading on the current 2025 July 17th timeline? 2025. Okay, so yes. Are those people who are reading and seeing Epstein in between realms, his spirit kind of stuck in between realms, are they looking and seeing a different timeline? Yes. Okay, okay. So it could be something like that. That's why I'm so, I really want us to stop trying to focus on right or wrong, yes or no, even though these are yes or no questions. Black and white, because nothing is black and white. It just isn't. I mean, we could have a conversation and like as a group probably, and one person could throw out a topic, and I bet the whole group could figure out, like someone would say, well, this is black and white, and somebody else would say, no, because of this, and this is black and white, no, because of this. I just I just don't see anything that's just cut and dry. Okay, so let's see. Let me see, there was a second part to that question. So we have confirmed that Epstein is still alive on Earth as of July 17, 2025. Yes. Is the 72-year-old Jeffrey Epstein alive today on this Earth plane? Yes. Okay. I don't know. There may be a reason. If he actually isn't, there's a reason why they want us to explore that or believe that. Okay. Okay. Is there actually a missing minute on the video from the jail where Epstein was? We did watch the video in there. It did skip, which, in my opinion, is so convenient. I mean, now they did say every night at that time there's a missing minute. So that's a good explanation, but how convenient. How convenient. I just find that so convenient. Okay, so was this missing minute on every video every single night in that jail cell? No. Okay, so this is a convenient story they're telling us? Yes. How convenient. Just right at that time. Just right at that time. What the heck? Okay. Is this okay, so the missing minute, is that when Epstein was smuggled out of the prison? Yes. Okay. And was that actually his body that was taken out of the jail? No. Now, didn't somebody say that his face was uncovered when he was taken out of the jail? Okay. But that could have been anything, really. Because that was weird. Somebody had said that his face was uncovered when he was taken out of the jail. So they're saying yes. Which is very unusual. If somebody is passed, they wouldn't leave his face uncovered. So it's like, why did you leave it? Never. Ever. Maybe there's a chance. Again, no black and white, right? But maybe there's a chance. But that's too convenient too. Like, we're going to leave his face uncovered so people believe it's him. You know what I mean? I don't know. Such conspiracy. We're internet sleuths. What can we say? Okay. We're spiritual sleuths. We should call ourselves spiritual sleuths. That's pretty much what we're doing. Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right. When I found out about internet sleuths, I was like, ooh, that's cool. Like people trying to people trying to solve crimes on the internet, by doing research and stuff, looking at all the footage they can find and all that. I wonder how many people solve crimes. I wonder what the percentage is for that. Okay, so did Epstein's cellmate, the ex-cop, assist in any way the smuggling of Epstein out of jail? No. Okay. Does he believe that Epstein's actually dead? Yes. Okay. Was it the cellmate that was transferred from the cell for undisclosed reasons hours before Epstein's body, yeah, see, hours before Epstein's body was discovered. Was it the cellmate? Yes. So they're saying yes. Okay, so the cellmate was transferred from the cell, and it was his cellmate that was transferred from the cell? Yes. If not the cellmate, was this Epstein that was transferred at that time? That was not Epstein that was transferred at that time? No. Okay. Was a clone or a body double substituted for the real Jeffrey Epstein while he was incarcerated? No. Well, let me ask this. Was somebody actually unalived in that cell? Related to the Epstein situation? No. Okay. Was a clone body double eventually unalived? I'm just kind of doing a follow-up. Okay, so no. Okay. Was the unaliving covered up to make it look like a suicide? No. Okay. I was just doing some follow-up if yes questions, even though it was no, because sometimes I just like to, ask it a different way, see what kind of answer we get. Okay. So was the autopsy of Epstein real? No. Was the autopsy done on another body? Yes. Was this other body just another body of someone who had actually had unalived themselves? Yes. Okay. Well, was it somebody who had unalived themselves anytime during that time period? No. Okay. Because they just used paperwork then of a body that someone who had unalived themselves by hanging or strangulation? Yes. Okay. Can that body be exhumed? The one that they did the autopsy on? No. Was it cremated? Yes. But it sounds like they just use old paperwork. So it could have been from anybody. Okay. Yes. I think we should exhume. Do we even know where he was buried? No. Okay. Well, so who I think we should exhume is, and we've done Ivanka. Is it Ivanka or Ivana? His wife. I think we should exhume her body. That's what I think. See what's in there. Now we did, is it Ivana? I think it's Ivana. Ivanka is his daughter, right? Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, but we did a part 1 and 2 with her too. That was interesting. Well, you can always go to the Ask the Spirit Guides playlist and you can bookmark that playlist. I'll actually post that playlist here rather than the Ivanka or Ivana video, just so you can grab it if you want to. Okay. And then you can just search in there or just look at all the different people we've talked to or talked about with the spirit guides. Okay. All right. Did the CIA fake Epstein's death to protect many? No. Did Epstein have a form of witness protection called MPA? What's that? Oh, somebody's onto something. Yes. Okay. Does Trump know Epstein is still alive? Yes. Are they allegedly in, entertainment? Are they in contact with one another? No. Okay. I was going to ask a sassy question, so I'm not going to ask it actually. Did the Biden administration know Epstein was still alive? Ooh, yes. Were they in support of Epstein still being alive? No. Okay. So this whole thing was done. Was this done with money that Epstein paid to have done this way? Yes. Okay. You got to wonder why, Well, if they knew it, I don't know. I think there's just I mean, this whole thing, none of us, well, many of us, I can't imagine how many, have been multi-millionaire, billionaire people where you get into the mess of all this stuff. And I think it's a whole different world, you know? Clearly, it's sounding, and I can see now how it is going to be we the people, because it's going to be like, and not necessarily against them, but like the people are done with now, especially with all this stuff coming to light. So yeah, it's really fascinating. I don't know if fascinating is the right word, but I don't know, whatever. Okay, did Epstein have a face transformation? Yes. Okay. So my sister says, time for a chuckle, hard to change that horse face. Oh, people say he had a horse face? And then she said, sorry for the insult to horses. That's mean. Did he have a horse face? I mean, is that a joke? That must be a joke. Like he has a horse face or something. I don't even know. Okay. Okay, so they changed his horse face? Yes. Okay. Does the U.S. government know what he looks like now? Oh, no, they don't. Oh, is that part of the problem with things? Yes. Oh. So they know he's alive, but they don't know. Okay, so when you say the Biden administration knew, is it because he escaped basically? Yes. Oh, did the Biden administration help cover this up though? No. Okay. So they knew, but they don't have anything to go on at this point. Yes. Did they try to find him? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, did Trump help him escape? No. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm going to need to say? Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. I'm not even going to say it out loud. You see it swinging. Okay. Would that surprise you though? Really? Would it surprise you? It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I should read this email I got today. I'll read it at the end for those who are interested. Okay. They're going, yes, read the email. Okay. Does the U.S. government, okay, we talked about that. Know what he looked like now? They said no. Is money still coming in and out of Epstein's secret bank accounts? Jeez. Well, they could have done something about that, although if they're secret. Does the U.S. government know where Epstein is? No. Does Trump know where he is? No. Does Diddy know where he is? No. But there are some people, I mean, who know. Well, does anyone identify him as Epstein who's even around him? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Maybe that has to do with that witness protection thing. Yes. So the Biden administration didn't know about it, but does the FBI know about him? Yes. Oh. Oh. Okay. I mean, they are separate entities, so. Okay. Is Epstein currently living a luxurious life with all his money somewhere? Yes. Remember, birth chart, soul contract, you know. Is he living at or in Mar-a-Lago? Wouldn't that be something? No. Is he in Madagascar? No. Is he in Corsica? No. Is he in the Caribbean? Is he in the Maldives? No. Is he in Samoa? No. Blurred out island. Oh, is he on a blurred out island on Google Earth? What? What is that? Yes. Okay, well now we know where he is. Will he ever be brought to justice in this lifetime? No. Okay. Is that part of his soul plan? Is that part of his soul contract to live this life right now without ever being brought to justice? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, then. Okay, so here's this email that I got. And it had, I'm not even sure who it's from. Let's see. Sometimes I get Substacks. Okay, so this is from Jack Cocciarelli. Okay, so Trump screams at MAGA to shut up about Epstein. Okay, so we talked about that a little bit. Trump is hoping and praying we stop talking about Epstein, so we're absolutely not going to do that. I love that so much. We're absolutely not going to do that. I'm sorry, the first time I read that headline, I read the timeline, but I missed that first sentence. Donald Trump has now publicly turned on his own in another nonsensical Truth Social post, calling people, asking questions about his connections with Epstein's weaklings and stupid in the Oval Office. After what was maybe the clearest and most obvious cover-up in American history with the Epstein list, somehow, I mean, this is truly entertainment. I mean, that's all there is to it. Everybody got their popcorn out right now because unbelievable. Again, not mocking the situation because this does need to come to light. I don't really care about Epstein at this point. I mean, it sucks that he's not going to be brought to justice, but I love that, actually, maybe because he's not being brought to justice and the way it all needed to go down this way so that we can dismantle that whole thing. If he was brought to justice or really unalived, maybe it just wouldn't have happened this way. You know what I mean? So, or if Trump didn't use this as political, currency over the last 4 years, which is really what's getting him into trouble is because he's used it. See, once again, he used something that he's allegedly guilty of because he does that. He always admits guilt by blaming whatever he's blaming on someone else is what he's actually done. It's just unbelievable. Because how else? I mean, because that's how he comes up with his ideas, Okay, so after what was maybe the clearest and most obvious cover-up in American history, with the Epstein list somehow no longer existing, despite it being on Pam Bondi's desk, J.D. Vance calling for its release, which he did. I saw that post. It was in 2021. Yeah, in 2021, he posted something. And Trump himself saying it was written by Obama, Hillary Clinton, and others 2 days ago. So there is no list. Remember, they said there's no list. But now he's saying, well, stop asking for the list. It was written by Obama, Hillary. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. So there is a list. But it was written by Obama? Oh, okay. Because so just in case it comes out and his name's on it, then, he can say it was written by Obama and Hillary. Poor Hillary. When is she ever just going to get a break? We really should do something about Hillary. We should do an SG with Hillary too. Okay, Trump wrote a lengthy post about how everyone is lying. Okay, do you guys want me to read the post? All right. But the timeline is what I really wanted to get to on here. I'll read the post real quick. Their new scam is in all caps, is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past, P-A-S-T in all caps, supporters have bought into this bullshit, he says, hook, line, and sinker. Okay, this is a guy he is the one who kept the story going. Because he used their angst about this. He used their anger about this situation to get to where he is today. And now Elon's doing it with the American Party. He's saying he'll get to the bottom of it. So he's using the same thing, which is totally ridiculous. I mean, if anybody falls for that, it's like that alone should take the American Party should be done just with that alone, because he's using that as a political ploy again. Okay, so this is continuing. His past supporters have bought into this bullshit. He put bullshit in quotes. Hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will. even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 years. I don't think it was 8 years. I think it was 4. He was 8. He was 4 prior to that. So I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems. The success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, which is because I don't want their support anymore. Oh, he's such a toddler. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again, in all caps. Okay, as the MAGA world melts down over further proof that their leader is a weird freak, Trump has tried and failed to divert attention elsewhere while Republicans unanimously voted to block release. The Republicans unanimously voted to block release of the Epstein files yesterday. Epstein said his tapes that he was Trump's closest friend. Yeah, it was taped. I heard that on the news before. Even introducing him to Melania and alleging that the first time they slept together was on Epstein's jet. Trump is hoping and praying we stop talking about Epstein, so we're absolutely not going to do that. In fact, here's a timeline of their relationship, which is longer than I've been alive. The writer wrote this, okay? This is interesting. So late 1980s, while it's unclear when they actually met, Trump's statements point to sometime in the late 1980s. Okay, him and Jeffrey. 1992, this year I got married. Trump and Epstein, so I was 23 in 1992. Trump and Epstein are taped partying, pointing at girls. We've seen that video over and over again. A lot of people have. And laughing. And Trump reportedly threw a calendar girl party for himself and Epstein, planned by George Horanay. Horanay and his girlfriend later accused Trump of groping her, resulting in a lawsuit against Trump in 1997. That was dropped after she settled with Trump in a separate case. Mid-1990s, documents released, get this, in mid-1990s, documents released by Pam Bondi included flight logs that included Trump. Okay, that's not what I was thinking about. Get this. There's something about Bondi later. Oh, I guess not. Okay, I think I was thinking that Pam Bondi was involved in the 1990s. Documents released. Yeah, mid-1990s. That's what it said. Maybe this is just the flight log in the mid-1990s. Okay, I get it now. Sorry about that. Documents released by Pam Bondi included flight logs that included Trump, his then-wife Marla, and their daughter Tiffany. Who's Tiffany? Is she that other blonde, the younger blonde? Multiple times throughout the mid-90s. Is she the one that was sitting at the church and when the minister during his inauguration, the minister who did that amazing service for him? And his daughter, I think there was a daughter sitting behind him and she was looking like, how dare you? Is that Tiffany? Reports from victims state they were minors when Epstein took them to meet Trump during this time period in the 1990s. Reports from victims state they were minors when Epstein took them to meet Trump during this time period. That's great. He was with his wife and his daughter. That's just really great. Okay, 2002, Trump said, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. 2004, Trump and Epstein's relationship reportedly ended on bad terms after a business deal. 2005, Epstein is investigated for sex trafficking in Florida. 2019, Epstein is charged with federal crimes, indicating other high-level officials, including Trump, He implicated them, implicated other high-level officials, including Trump, and is later found unalived in his cell by suicide. And 3 minutes, this actually says 3 minutes, were reportedly removed from the video of his cell. So 3 minutes. So that's it. Very interesting. Okay. All right, you guys. I don't know. Us spiritual sleuths. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you have other questions, we can certainly do a part 4. I mean, this is not a boring conversation by any means. Not for me anyway. So, all right, you guys, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.